As Emily and Alexander's emotions deepen across the chasm of time, their burgeoning feelings give rise to a myriad of complications, painting their connection with hues of frustration, longing, and apprehension. Imprisoned by temporal boundaries, their growing affection is ensnared within the confines of temporal limitations. The inability to physically meet amplifies their yearning, leaving them entangled in a web of longing, aching to bridge the temporal gap and share tangible moments together. Tangled in the threads of history, their affection is interlaced with the fear of altering the intricate tapestry of history. Every attempt to transcend time bears the weight of potential repercussions. They grapple with an internal struggle, whether their love is worth the risk of irreversibly altering the course of events in their respective eras. Yearning for tangibility, despite the profound connection they share across time, their hearts crave tangible presence. The frustration stemming from their inability to touch, to embrace, and to feel each other's physical presence intensifies their longing, casting shadows upon their affectionate exchanges. Balancing love and responsibility, their love becomes a delicate balance between passion and caution. While their hearts clamor for union, the fear of disrupting the natural order of time prompts moments of hesitation and internal conflict. Each interaction is tinged with a poignant awareness of the delicate equilibrium they must uphold. Their connection, though profound and heartfelt, becomes a realm of conflicting emotions, yearning and restraint, passion and trepidation. It weaves a complex tapestry of emotions, underscoring the intricacies of transcending temporal boundaries in the name of love. Certainly, as Emily and Alexander attempt to surpass the barriers of time, they encounter significant obstacles that impede their efforts. Temporal fractures, their attempts to breach temporal boundaries inadvertently lead to fractures in the fabric of time. These small rifts expand, threatening to disrupt the temporal continuum and alter the course of events across eras. The consequences of these fractures remain unpredictable, inducing a palpable sense of impending danger. Temporal guardians, mysterious entities or forces, act as custodians of the temporal continuum, thwarting Emily and Alexander's endeavors. These guardians manifest as cryptic warnings, inexplicable phenomena, or obstacles that hinder their communication, cautioning against meddling with established timelines. Ethical quandaries, Emily and Alexander confront moral dilemmas arising from the potential consequences of their actions. They grapple with the ethical implications of prioritizing their love over the risk of distorting history. Each attempt to transcend temporal boundaries poses a moral dilemma, challenging the steadfastness of their commitment. Temporal paradoxes, their interactions inadvertently create paradoxes that disrupt the chronological order of events. Even seemingly insignificant alterations in their exchanges trigger complex paradoxes that threaten the stability of their worlds, heightening their fears of inadvertently altering the course of history. Temporal degeneration, the strain of traversing temporal boundaries takes a toll on their well-being. Episodes of temporal degeneration manifest, causing disorientation, memory lapses, and temporary loss of self amidst the turbulent fluctuations of time. These obstacles cast shadows over their quest, challenging their determination and highlighting the intricate complexities involved in attempting to transcend the limitations imposed by time. Each impediment serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of the temporal balance and the weighty consequences accompanying their efforts to breach time's boundaries. Challenging the limitations of their temporal connection exposes Emily and Alexander to profound risks, casting a shadow of uncertainty over their union. Temporal fractures, the relentless pursuit to bridge their eras results in the fracturing of the temporal fabric. Small rifts expand, threatening to tear through time itself. The consequences of these fractures remain unpredictable, creating a palpable sense of impending danger. Temporal displacement, their attempts lead to moments of temporal displacement, causing disorientation and unpredictable shifts in their surroundings. Moments of instability arise, wherein Emily or Alexander find themselves inexplicably displaced, navigating unfamiliar temporal landscapes without control or understanding. Chronological distortions. As they push the boundaries of their connection, distortions in the chronology of events begin to emerge. Seemingly insignificant alterations in their interactions trigger cascading changes, altering circumstances, and inadvertently shaping the course of their lives and the lives of those around them. Temporal guardians' intervention. The guardians of time, vigilant against tampering with the temporal continuum, intensify their interventions. Cryptic warnings grow more severe, manifestations become more tangible, and obstacles to their connection amplify, warning of dire consequences should they persist in challenging the limitations of time. Temporal degeneration. The strain of traversing the temporal boundaries exacts a toll on their physical and mental well-being. Episodes of temporal degeneration manifest, causing disorientation, memory lapses, and temporary loss of self amidst the tumultuous fluctuations of time. These risks underscore the grave consequences of tampering with the natural flow of time, plunging Emily and Alexander into a perilous realm where the very essence of their existence hangs in the balance. Despite their unwavering affection, the risks they face compel them to tread cautiously, questioning the worth of their connection against the potential devastation brought by their attempts to defy the laws of time. Emily and Alexander's determination to defy the constraints of time for their love becomes an unyielding force that transcends the challenges they encounter. Unrelenting bond. Their unwavering affection becomes the cornerstone of their determination. Despite the risks and obstacles, their connection deepens, instilling within them a fervent resolve to pursue their love beyond the confines of time itself. Strength amidst adversity. Each obstacle they face only fuels their determination further. Emily's relentless scientific curiosity merges with Alexander's steadfast passion for innovation, forming a unified front against the limitations of time. Their shared strength in the face of adversity becomes a testament to the power of their love. Shared vision. Their mutual longing to be together becomes a shared vision that drives their determination. They envision a future where they can bridge the temporal gap, a reality where their love transcends the boundaries imposed by different eras. Courageous pursuit. Emily and Alexander exhibit unwavering courage as they navigate through the complexities and risks of defying time. They confront their fears, embracing the unknown, driven by the belief that their love is worth the sacrifices and challenges they encounter. Resilient hope. Amidst the uncertainties and risks, their hope remains unbroken. They hold on to the belief that their love is stronger than the barriers of time, fostering a resilient hope that sustains their determination to overcome every obstacle in their path. Their determination to defy time for their love becomes a beacon of unwavering commitment, guiding them through the tumultuous journey of traversing temporal boundaries. Theirs is a love that refuses to be bound by the limitations of time, propelling them forward despite the daunting challenges that lie ahead. As Emily and Alexander explore ways to bridge the time gap and unite physically, their attempts weave a tapestry of both hope and trepidation. Scientific inquiries. Emily delves deeper into quantum theories and temporal mechanics, aiming to devise a scientific breakthrough that could transcend temporal barriers. She tirelessly conducts experiments, studies ancient texts, and collaborates with fellow researchers, seeking a method to manipulate time's constraints. Archival research. Alexander immerses himself in historical archives, seeking forgotten knowledge or mystical relics that might hold the key to temporal traversal. He pores over ancient manuscripts, consults with learned scholars, and investigates folklore and legends that hint at temporal anomalies or mysterious portals. Experiments and trials. Together, across the temporal expanse, they conduct experiments, a blend of Emily's scientific precision and Alexander's historical insight. They test theories, perform controlled trials within their respective eras, hoping to create a bridge that spans the chasm of time. Rituals and ancient lore. In parallel, they explore ancient rituals or arcane practices mentioned in historical texts or oral traditions. Emily and Alexander attempt rituals that promise to breach temporal barriers, invoking forgotten ceremonies or invoking mystical elements in a desperate bid to unite physically. Unforeseen consequences. Their attempts, however, yield unforeseen consequences. Temporal disturbances, brief glimpses of proximity followed by inexplicable separations, and momentary breaches that tantalize with the promise of physical union only to dissipate into the ether. The veil of time remains elusive, leaving them grappling with fleeting moments of proximity amidst prolonged separation. Their tireless efforts to physically bridge the time gap oscillate between hope and frustration, as each attempt inches them closer to understanding the complexities of temporal manipulation while reinforcing the insurmountable challenge of altering the fundamental laws that govern time itself. Emily and Alexander's fervent desire to be together compels them to consider profound sacrifices, each laden with emotional turmoil and poignant introspection. Temporal integrity versus love, they grapple with the ethical dilemma of preserving the integrity of time versus pursuing their love. The prospect of altering history for their union weighs heavily on their conscience, prompting contemplation about the moral implications of their desires. Personal aspirations versus union, both confront the prospect of relinquishing personal aspirations, Emily's scientific pursuits and Alexander's societal obligations, weighing them against the fervor of their love. They contemplate sacrificing their individual aspirations for the chance of physical togetherness. Risking stability for love, the risk of destabilizing their respective worlds haunts them. They consider defying the guardians of time, risking potential chaos and upheaval in their eras in a desperate bid to be together, knowing that such an act could unleash catastrophic consequences. Self-identity and adaptation, the prospect of leaving behind their identities to adapt to a new era unsettles them deeply. Emily wonders about assimilating into Alexander's Victorian world, while he contemplates the complexities of adjusting to the fast-paced modernity of Emily's era. Fearing unseen consequences, amidst the turmoil, fear looms large. They grapple with the uncertainty of their decisions, fearing the unforeseen repercussions that altering time could unleash, doubting whether the sacrifices they consider are worth the potential devastation. Their emotional turmoil echoes the complexity of their love, caught between the longing for togetherness and the fear of irreversible consequences. Each contemplation of sacrifice brings a whirlwind of emotions, exposing the